What's up, guys? Antoine Webb here, Culture Matters. With us today is Matthew Victoria. Matt's your mortgage guy, MLB residential lending, and we're going to be talking about our down payment options.
Everybody wants to know, what kind of money do I need?
That's right.
I think we can answer that question. So what do we need? A lot of people are under the misconception that they need 20% to actually 20% down to buy a house.
Okay.
That is actually not the case.
All right.
So what does the 20% actually do? On conventional loans, it actually gets rid of the mortgage insurance, or the PMI as we like to call it,
Okay.
private mortgage insurance. So there are other options with other loans,
All right.
right? So let's talk about FHA.
Okay.
So FHA is, or the 203K renovation loan,
Right.
it is 3.5% down. All you need is 3.5% down.
3.5% down, baby.
Yes. Let's talk about conventional. Conventional is actually, they changed it a couple of years ago.
Okay.
It's actually 3% down payment for a first-time home buyer.
First time
Home buyer.
home buyer.
Yep. If you're not a first-time home buyer, then it's 5% down. Let's just throw it in there.
I got you. 5%. Not you.
Now, let's say that we are going to go and buy an investment property.
Okay.
What are our down payment options for an investment property? Most people think that they can do 3 or 5% and do an investment property. You can't do that.
Okay.
So the government has its own minimums. These are all set by the government, by the way. This is HUD and this is Fannie and Freddie.
Okay.
So let's say we're going to buy an investment property. We want to go and buy something that's going to make us some money, but we're not going to live there. So we call it a non-owner occupied property.
Okay. Makes sense.
Single family property, 20% down. That's where your 20% comes down. Now, what does that mean for the whole 20%? That actually means that they insure it. If you're familiar with gap insurance,
Okay.
your PMI is actually like your gap.
Okay.
Because it insures what the car is actually worth,
Okay.
and then what you owe insures the difference. So your PMI insures the difference.
Okay.
So Fannie and Freddie will insure a house at 80%.
Okay.
That's why it starts at 20.
Makes
You
sense.
can't get PMI on an investment property.
Gotcha.
Two-family house,
Two family.
25% down payment.
5% down. Okay.
3s and 4s, because they actually put them together,
Okay.
is actually 30% down payment. Now why? It's a really good question. Thank you for asking me.
Why?
Why? Because the foreclosure rate tends to be higher on 3s and 4s than anything else.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you're gonna live in your house, your chance of defaulting on that mortgage are much less than if you're just collecting a check.
Sure.
So that's why they want more money down on the properties.
Okay.
Now, I'll throw one more number back up here at you.
All right.
Let's say you're gonna buy a 2-family, 3-family, or 4-family as an owner occupied.
Okay.
It's 15% down payment.
Owner occupied.
So it's 3, 5, and 15.
3, 5. I'm gonna put this right here, guys.
15.
Don't get confused. Owner occupied.
That's on a multifamily.
Now,
Conventional.
these here are all
Investors.
non-owner
Yes.
occupied. Okay.
Yes, that is
Awesome.
absolutely correct. Now we have 2 options, 2 0 down payment options.
Okay.
Actually, we have 3. But
3?
We have 2. You have USDA,
Okay.
which is done by the United States Department of Agriculture,
Okay.
and that is specific to address, so you actually can look it up. They have a map on the USDA site. Eligibility will tell you if that house qualifies.
Okay.
Then we have our VA loans. Thank you to our veterans, by the way, for serving us.
Thank you, men and women, service.
VA is actually 0% down payment as well.
Okay.
You get a little tricky if you actually put somebody on as a co-borrower with VAs,
All right.
because the VA only insures the veteran.
Ah, good
So
point.
there's a 25% funding, there's a 25% differential,
Okay.
so it gets split in half. So if you're gonna put on a non-owner occupied, so let's say you're my brother and you're gonna co-sign for me,
Right.
well then I have to bring 12.5% down to the table to go with the VA loan.
Ah.
Yeah.
Good
VA doesn't have mortgage insurance either,
Okay, gotcha.
so that's one of the benefits of it as well. We also now have a 100% FHA program,
Okay.
which allows either the down payment or 4% to be used for down payment and or closing costs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
I think it's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
So the common misconception though is that people need 20% down, right? People say, oh, I'm going to save up some more money to go and put it down in the house. But most people don't know the cost of mortgage. Every $1,000 is worth about $5 a month on your mortgage payment.
Great tip.
So if you're going to it's going to take you another year to save up money, and you're going to rent. What does that actually cost you? Well, subtract that money that you actually save from what you're spending on rent, and that's how much it costs you. So if your rent is $1,500 a month, that's $18,000 for the year. Let's say you save up $5,000.
Right.
It just costs you $13,000 to save up $5,000.
Gotcha.
For what? $25 a month on your mortgage payment?
Doesn't make too much sense to me.
And on top of that too, your interest and most of your property taxes, because they're changing the law.
Okay.
But your interest and most of your property taxes are tax deductible. You don't get that with rent.
No, you don't.
Or you don't get appreciation either.
No. And many people that I come across, they're renting. I mean, the rent around this area in the tri-state, I mean, I'm 15 minutes from New York City. $1,500, $1,300, $1,800, $2,100. And then you start getting into, you start renting houses and whatnot, and then you're even up from there. So if you're in those brackets, it's really good idea to maybe start looking into seeing what you can qualify for, and stop putting, your money in the pit, as they say, and start putting your money into the equity.
Yes.
So, hey, guys, hope you got some great value from this. Matt, thank you for providing this for us.
Maybe this will help him get off the pot quicker.
Blanco, get off the pot, baby. So, guys, Mr. Matthew Victoria, Matt's your mortgage guy. Where can we find you, Matt?
mvictoria.mlbmortgage.com, or you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram at Matt's Your Mortgage Guy.
Awesome, guys. Culture matters. Catch you on the next one.